of 1991 vest the following powers in Parliament, which in turn vest such powers in the committee. Section 93, subsection 1 reads, at the beginning of each session of Parliament, but in any case not later than 21 days thereafter, there shall be appointed from among its members the following standing committees, that is to say, A, the Legislative Committee, the Finance Committee, the Committee on Appointments and Public Service. Section 93, subsection 2 reads, in addition to the committee referred to in subsection 1, Parliament shall appoint other committees which shall perform the functions specified in subsection 3. And section 93, subsection assigned to it, such investigation or inquiry may extend to proposal for legislation. Section 93, subsection 6 reads, for the purposes of effectively performing its functions, each of the committees shall have all such powers, rights, and privileges as vested in the High Court at a trial in respect of A, enforcing the attendance of witnesses and examining them on oath, affirmation, or otherwise. B, compelling the producing of documents, and C, the issue of commission or request to examine witnesses abroad. The essence for reading out these provisions of the 1991 Constitution is to remind witnesses that when you are here, it is equally that you are before the High Court, and then when you are found wanting, telling lies or misleading the committee, is perjury. And that in itself is a crime under the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone, and it is punishable by law. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Honorable Bosti Munda from Kenema District, Chairman for Communications, Technology and Innovations. I want to welcome you to this special hearing again. Of course, I want to recognize the both CEOs from Africa and Orange Sierra Leone, and the Director General, the Ministry Representative, Mr. Muni Jallo, and the CSOs, the media, Fourth Estate. All of you, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Of course, today we would look at some key issues, body issues from the public. A couple of days ago, we had the same meeting in this room regarding alleged tariff increments. And some members of parliament, you were told and gave specific instructions. And you, the member companies, for the records, they appealed to the directives that we should give them time to look into it. However, we are the people's representatives. We have the obligations to protect the interests of these people in this country and also protect the investors. Because the people who we represent from different districts, they are subscribers to this service. And also, the providers also, for the provider of the service also, they are obliged to do quality for us. And also, they are contributing greatly to the growth of this country by paying their tax. So therefore, we would same way support the people of this country, but however, we have to protect the investors as well. If they are not here, they will not provide the service for the people. And the people are not there, you will not have your revenue or you have your profits. So we need both sides. Both sides, we need each and every one of us at the end of the day. But let me make this very clear, that this parliament, we are not succumb to people's perspective. We haven't gone anywhere or say people have lost trust in this parliament. As far as this parliament is concerned, this is a house of integrity. We have our own respect as members of parliament. We, however, make provisions to listen to the people of this country. And also, every other persons, it could be citizens or non-citizens, will have the right to listen to them. So somebody will not sit there and think about Parliament, that Parliament has been disrespected. Nobody in his frame of mind will disrespect Parliament. Nobody. Parliament, in fact, regulates itself. We have our own powers that we exhibit at every given point. The truth is, we will not misuse our powers, or we will not abuse our powers, but we will work within the frame of the powers that we have. So let me make this very clear. Nobody has disrespected Parliament. Nobody has lost trust in Parliament. When you say people have lost confidence and trust in Parliament, you have lost confidence in the entire country. Because we sit here on behalf of the people of this country. So we therefore want to advise every other person who you think you have powers or have your mode of communications that you cannot indict Parliament just like that. Let's listen and understand the situations. Let's agree for once, or disagree and agree for once, and we make solutions, the best solution, possible solutions for the interest of the people of this country. We therefore call all of you to come and explain to us again, to tell us what are the constraints that you faced with all of these directives, and also to tell us again what we are supposed to know. Maybe there are more evidences to that effect. There are more evidence to that effect. Let's know about it, please. So I therefore want to thank you all. If you have your questions, you wait till time the question will be asked. If you are not asked, you are not obliged to say anything. This is Parliament. You've had the mandate of this committee from the clerk. So I therefore want to admonish all of you. If you want to say something, say it through the chair. Otherwise, you will not be tolerated to say anything. Thank you very much for your understanding. Honorable members, we move straight to the next agenda, presentation by the MNOs. I will start with Afrisol. By saying you are oath, you heard from the clerk. When you give stories under oath, or you tell lies on oath, it's a perjury. This committee will have no options but to take necessary actions. So we'll kindly advise you to do the needful. Yeah? Get all the time to explain to the people, because this is the very last time that we're going to listen to you to tell us the reasons why we are moving here and there. Thank you very much.
Good morning, honorable members, DG, members of the First Estate, CSOs. Thank you for having us today and giving us the opportunity to come back and continue the dialogue that had started about a week ago, or a little bit over a week. Right. So first, apologies for not being here on the last meeting. I was out of town, but today I'm here, and I'll try and take it back from where it ended last week and to give you our position on what has happened. So around May, so we were the first to introduce the unlimited bundles, and we were the first to introduce the 1 Mbps bundle at 60 leones a couple of years back as a promotion, and we went through it so as to introduce new things to our subscribers. It did not exist, it was not mandated by NATCA, it was not required by anything. It was an introduction, a promotion introduction of ours. And we went on to push it to the customers, and some people took it, some people took higher bundles and so on, until a point where it is, as a promotion, it was no longer something that we could continue to handle, whether from a network perspective or whether from a promotion perspective. I mean, we started this discussion with NATCA over a year ago to say that we have to do something about the unlimited bundles, because they are being predatory to the network, and they are people are consuming more than they should on them. And we went back and forth a long time with NATCA whether to do fair usage, or whether to remove them, or whether to increase the price, or what we needed to do on them. And then eventually last May, unilaterally we ended the bundles because they were a promotion and they had an end life, and we ended them according to whether a product is available and is no longer available, and we ended them without increasing any prices. NATCA summoned us, right? They summoned us to a meeting and they said we could not do what we needed to do. We needed to make sure that there is a process that we needed to do, and they asked us to reverse immediately, and we healed to NATCA's request and we reversed immediately, and then a long conversation started all the way from May of this year all the way to somewhere around September or October, when we had finally had the agreement that we can end this promotion, but we needed to make sure that we inform the public, and according to that we went out, we informed the public, we had people on radio, on social media, on newspapers, on our adverts, we put an end date to it, and when the date came, they had given us a timeline for promotion. We went 25% more than that, we did at least 10 more days after the information, and we ended the promotion. We did not increase any prices. We did not change the prices of anyone's. All other bundles remain the same, but NATCA's was always said we need to make sure that there is an entry point that people can, if a student wants to do a research over the weekend, he needed to have an entry point into those speed bundles. So we introduced new ones which are cheaper per megabyte than the ones that we have removed. Right, we've introduced the 2 days, the 3 days, 2 Mbps, which turns out to be 6.6 leones per Mbps per day, while the one day or the 7 days, 60 leones is 8.5 leones per Mbps per day. So we gave.
We'll come back to that analysis.
All right. So let's get it. The old bundle that we had was for 1 day, for 1 Mbps, 7 days at 60 leones. So if you divide the 60 leones divided by 7, that means it's 8.5 leones per day per Mbps. The new bundle that we introduced, right, which is a 2 Mbps bundle for 3 days for 40 leones, it means the one day, 1 Mbps is 6.6 leones per day per Mbps, which is about 20 to 30% cheaper when you look at it as a volume bundle. But the essence where we did not increase any price. So when we were called to Parliament to say we increase prices, it came to us as a surprise because it was clear the 1 Mbps went. We did not say 1 Mbps becomes 80 leones or 90 leones, which was our initial even proposal, but NATCA refused. They denied us any increases. They said we cannot increase any prices. The prices have to remain the same. Right. So we tried to explain, even after we launched it, we continued sensitizing the public. We've been doing that for the past 2 weeks. Our staff directly have been going to radio, they've been going to TV. We've seen other CSOs as well that have been doing that. So we've been trying to make sure that the public is aware and understands exactly what's going on and how we are doing it. So when it comes to our responsibilities towards our subscribers, I believe we made sure that we give all the information out there that is needed, and even after the change, we continued. Even up to yesterday, I know that there were information being sent out to make sure that the public knows, because like you said, without the consumers, we do not exist. We do not have a business. We do not have this. And it is sad to see that we were misrepresented at different levels from some CSOs and from some sports media, and they jumped the gun without even asking or understanding the background. And that caused us a lot of losses with our customers, a lot of losses in terms of reputation, right? And we were attacked personally. Some of CSOs have asked even for our offices to be attacked and ransacked. And
let's come to the issues. Leave that one. We'll come back to that. Let's go to the explanation of the bundle. Why the removal of you've already said you removed the 1 Mbps. So tell us the components in the 2 Mbps and how value the 2 Mbps could be.
So another angle that we were facing, the 1 Mbps has become slow to do anything, right? If you go on ChatGPT now and just ask ChatGPT if you want to do, if you want to watch a YouTube video, what should be the speed that you need. They will tell you if you have 1 Mbps, the quality of the video will be 360p pixels, which means it's the small video, it's very low quality in it. So when we were getting feedback even from our customers, the 1 Mbps becomes slow, that they're not able to do what they're supposed to do with it. Even if you talk about TikTok, TikTok requires 3 to 5 Mbps at least for you to operate it. Even from a quality of service perspective, when you look at all the key indicators, 1 Mbps is no longer a key indicator for 4G. 4G has to be 3, 4, 5, all of these ones. We had it before, it was working, some people wanted to it, but the feedback that we get, and then people say we have bad network and slow network, it is because you are subscribed to a 1 Mbps network. We needed to remove the abuse that was happening on the network on the 1 Mbps, and at the same time try to improve the quality of service that the customers are experiencing without increasing the prices. So all of these factors we needed to put in place without increasing any of the prices.
Can we get that from clear? What you said, abuse of the 1 BPS. What do you mean?
So meaning if you have an asset, right? So assume you have 10 rooms in a hotel, right? Each room in the hotel should give you the same revenue, right? So 1/10 is supposed to be the same revenue, right? Because the 1 Mbps did not have fair usage policy, it did not have limits, 60% of our network was being consumed by the 1 Mbps, while it's contributing less than 20% of our revenue. So there was a whole mismatch between, from a financial perspective, with the 60 and the 20. Right? So there was a whole lot of abuse, and that mismatch led to a bad quality of service, unaligned investment, and the long term of it was hurting the quality of service that we can afford to the network, because we were adding more capacity on something that was no longer yielding revenue. And at one point in time, that balance is going to shift towards a direction that will be very bad for the industry.
Okay, essentially, let me ask you one more question before coming back to the CEO of Orange. You talked about quality of service.
Yes.
How would you show about the quality of service? Because that's key. Let me come. If you are subscribing to Mbps and you already let's give this to you that I decided to subscribe to Mbps, and then in the process I will not have the quality of service, which means what I'm paying for, if I can get that quality, because you just spoke about quality of service, and that has been one of the major issues again around the issues around the volume the service. So let's have that assurance of quality of service.
Right. So the good thing is this is not the first time we're here in Parliament, right? So Parliament is always aware of everything that we are doing and all the challenges that we faced over the years. In past presentations, we spoke of user experience with Parliament, right? At the time when we said, regardless of what our system says, if our KPIs are good or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is the user experience, right? What the user sees. If he sees that there is a drop or a slowness in it, regardless what our engineers tell us that we have the best network, it doesn't matter. We need to look at the user experience. The 1 Mbps in itself presents a slow user experience, because you are already in a small pipe, right? You can only draw 1 Mbps. No matter if we have 5G or 4G or MIMO or the best equipment that we have placed, we have already limited the speed that the customer can use, 1 Mbps. And when these things happened, we tasked our team, we said, please go around the continent or our neighbors and give us a comparison of who provides 1 Mbps and what it should. We couldn't find, maybe somebody else can find, but at least our people could not find somewhere where Mbps is an offer, right? Everybody is graduating to more speed, to higher speeds, because the websites are getting heavier. I remember 20 years ago, at one point in time, I was an IT engineer and I was handling the IT of the company. The whole company we were on a dial-up of 250s, not even 32 kilobits per second. The whole company on 30, not even 1 Mbps. We were a third of that, and we were doing fine, and we were able to send emails. But the requirements of the internet has become much more than that. They've required, now we're working with 100 Mbps and 200 Mbps and more than that, because emails have pictures, emails have HTML, the websites are heavier, the YouTube videos now come as HD and 4K and all of that. When you are downloading a YouTube, when you are on TikTok does not only download the video that you are watching, it downloads the next 10 videos that they are recommending for you. So the next time you are watching a video, these are internet protocols that are independent of us as a telecom operator in Sierra Leone. We have to follow what the creators of the new internet are doing and how they are doing it. Right? So the user experience.
Hold on. Let me just. I can understand. I was just talking about promo. Let me ask you one more. You said your product is a promotion. Do you think it's a promotion? Did you aware that this product is a promotion? The 1 Mbps and the 2 Mbps is a promotion. Are you aware about that? It's a promotion, right? Yeah. Tell us about it.
Like I said, we were the first to introduce the 1 Mbps, right? And the 1 Mbps came as a test bed to see what we can do with it. And we ran it for a while. But when the mismatch happened, we decided to end the promotion. It's not part of it's not even something part of our core products that we present. It came in as a promotion. It's not even available directly on our menus.
So it means it's a promotion.
It's a promotion.
Thank you very much. Let me hear from you, CEO.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, honorable members. Good afternoon, Chairman. I want to first of all say, on our side, we trust the Parliament. We recognize the power of the Parliament. That if you look at the back, I've been here 10 times since I'm here in Sierra Leone. Myself is the meaning of how we trust and we believe and we recognize the power of the Parliament. Same for NATCA.
Thank you.
Because we believe that we cannot operate without any rules. So what we are here today, because you have accepted us to come back and to listen to us, is not because we did not want to implement what you asked for. You have the power and you give us the right again to come and explain. So what Shadi has said, he is the first one that launched this promotion in May 2024 or behind that. I'm competing with him. So I noticed that my customers, I was losing customers. Okay? And I launched the same promotion. And the promotion was daily 15 leons, 40 leon for 3 days, 60 leon for 1 week, 1 Mbps, and 100 leon for 1 week, 2 Mbps. That's what we had. And that is a promotion. And if you notice, that is only available in our Maxit app for the people that knows why we did that. Because it's a promotion. If it was not a promotion, we will have given it to everybody. Because we have some offers that are regulated, where we have the floor price, that is available for everybody. But this promotion is only available on Maxit. When we launched it, what happened? What he said is truth for us, for him and for us, because we are all operating in Sierra Leone. When it's cheap, you have the volume. People want zero for price, So we notice on our side 40%, 80% of increase. We buy internet and we sell it. If people knows where we buy the internet, is from Ace, Zudla. So we buy internet there and we sell it. So when we launched this, our speeds increased by 80. We started having congestion in our network. So we invested to reduce the congestion. What we did from last year to this year, 95% of increase of 4G cells. We don't have 5G. 4G cells, we increased. What we did, we densify, we added a small site in the side, the Freetown, Bo, Kenema, Makini, more site. We, in our side, 76 sites have been added since last year to this year. Why? To reduce the congestion. But when you are investing a huge amount of money as a business, I want also to recognize, for people to recognize what is the duty of a CEO. My duty is to balance. Every stakeholder should have his right. That's my duty. The stakeholders I have, first, they are my customers. I owe them the customer experience, affordable prices. I have the government. I owe them the taxes. I have, yes, that's why I said customer experience is the quality of service. I have the government that I owe them the taxes. I have my investor, the shareholders. I owe them the profit, the dividend. And I have my employee. I owe them that the company will exist for 10 years, 20 years. I owe them that. All these people, when I'm taking my decision, I have to make sure that I balance everything. So we went to see DG. We showed him everything. What is the impact? He said, you don't touch it. No price increase. And we started discussing because he is the regulator. The discussion was, do we have the right to touch our prices as a business? Logically, yes. But are you also regulating us, or you are only regulating everything without us? He recognized that he regulates also the investors. And when your company is at a risk, you have to decide. And he said, no price increase. We said, okay, but we have something that is bothering us. Let's remove it, and we keep the affordability. 15 levels for 1 day. I've never seen it anywhere for now. I've my benchmark. You have 1 day internet. And we have also the night, because I heard last time here that we remove for the student, then at night you can browse for 5 leons, the whole night in Sierra Leone. It's possible. So these unlimited offers, we did not increase any price. We had the congestion. We have to increase of investment without the revenue going forward. I can give you, we have, the revenue was increasing of this offer 5 times less than the traffic. So it means you will invest more to increase on your bandwidth, but the revenue you are getting not making sense. And we have 97% of our customers that are not using this offer. The people that are using this offer in max it's only 3%. So the logic is, the rationale is, are you going to optimize everything for everybody, or are you going to take the risk only for one offer to touch the customer experience of everybody? So we remove it, and DG said, you have to communicate everywhere. People have to understand. We started it 2 weeks before. Whoever was using Collat in Orange, I can raise my hand if someone is here. You have seen it, because it was in Maxit. When you open the app, it will tell you this offer will end the 2nd November. That was started 2 weeks ago.
Deji, let me ask you. I have to.
Okay.
Is everyone on Maxit?
Yes, all the Collat users are in Maxit.
Only Collat users.
Yes,
because I'm not using Collat. I'm not sure.
So if you are not using Collat, you have Maxit. If you use Collat, it's because you have Maxit.
Okay.
You cannot use Collat without having Maxit. When you open the app, we communicated 2 weeks ago. I don't know if Mr. Honorable Member also was using. Exactly. So we communicated that this offer will expire the 22nd of November. When you buy the Collat, we send a SMS to you. You have bought this offer, but this offer will end the 2nd of November. Oh, sorry. So when you buy it, we tell you you buy it today, but this offer will end 2nd of November. And since then, we've done more than 37 engagement on TV, 32 engagement on television, plus radio engagement. I can tell you everything. Sorry. So what we did is 37 radio engagement, 12 TV, 32 press release to communicate. on the customers. And in Maxit, everything was there. So the rationale is, and to end of this, when we remove that 60 level, the data customers increase because they have been more quality of service now compared to before. So just to say, the rationale is not that we are increasing our tariff, but it's because of congestion, customer experience. We remove that something that was bothering everybody, and we leave still. You have 1 day for 1511, 3 days for 1411, and 2 Mbps 1 week that was there before. So we did not add anything. We did not touch any price. We just removed that 6011 that was giving more traffic without any.
All right, CEO, I'm very concerned about the numbers you've just explained to us about the manner in which you've done the advertisement, explanation, engagement.
Okay.
I think that has brought most of the concerns to the public, or the public has brought it to our communities,
Okay.
that they were not informed, including the majority of the members of parliament. They are not informed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's agree to promotion. Let's agree to product. But when you want to do any amendment in that product, it must be communicated properly. Because, like you said, you are competing with him. And if he is providing service that will attract the attention of customers, customers will eventually go there. With all the emotions, with everything, they will go there. But when you want to take it from them, it behoves on you to communicate to them appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
And for us, we did not see much of that. Mm-hmm. And you said you have how many press releases? We did not see some of those. We did not see them. I'm sure.
Okay.
So the concern could be, how did you communicate that one to the people? Was it communicated properly?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
And my colleagues are here.
Mm.
We are not well informed, I will tell you. Okay. And that has brought the issues.
Okay. The way we communicate to every product we are using, we communicate to the people that are using that product. Because if you are using a product, I'm removing it from you, I communicate to you. It's like I changed something in the church, and I went at the mosque to communicate that. I have to be in the church and communicate inside the church to the church people to understand what I'm doing. So what I did is to touch the collab offer that is only available in Maxit, and all the people that were using Maxit, they were informed.
But did you have an idea about that? Because we are using Maxit.
You see, what's been said here is clear, it's not rocket science. That 60 Mbps, in fact, there was a line crossed on it, you understand? It was given a signal. What I think, it was a matter of a choice. Yeah, and I want to, as a communication expert by background, most times, even when we buy this, whatever we buy, when we receive the message, in fact, we only pay attention to the data that comes in. We don't even read the messages that follow. But I'll confirm clearly that it was in Maxit because I use Maxit.
Thank you very much. For the public attention, we're all here. We don't want misrepresentation. This is Parliament, and we speak to the people. As I said earlier, as much as we seek the interest of the people, we also have to protect the investment in this country. We will not be party to anybody that wants to drive the investors away. We will keep investors and will allow more investors to come to invest in this country for the benefits of people of this country. We still recognize the fact that even these companies, they have Sierra Leoneans that are working there. So we will have to protect the people and will protect the investments. That's what we are doing exactly here today. So this is a clear mind discussion. Let's have clear things and resolve it once and for all. Thank you very much, CEO. But let me just ask you one more question, because my colleagues will ask questions. Do you have evidence of that press release and those engagements you did?
Yes.
No, I don't want to see them. Do you have? I don't want to, because we need those copies.
Yes, we have.
Parliament has been indicted in different quarters.
Mhm.
We want to make sure that Parliament will not be indicted again.
Yes, we have.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Give that copy to the clerk. We give those copies to the clerk.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yes. Yes, DG is coming. Thank you very much. As per the agenda, we have, after the deliberation of all of them, then we can ask questions. So, honorable members, let's patiently allow them to present, and let's have clarity on this matter, then we can ask questions. Yes, DG, you've heard from your team, because they are a team, you work together, it's a team spirit. Now, honorable members, in 2022, we enacted the National Telecommunication Act Authority, which gave them powers to regulate all the MNOs, the ISPs, anything that has to do with communication. Under Section 116, give that provision that if you want to do tariff adjustments, you come to the authority, your regulator, to present your proposal. And look at the proposal. If it's then deem it necessary, they will allow you. If they do not, they will contest it and will make unnecessary advice. This is Parliament. That is the creation of Parliament, and we give you the powers to work. Tell us what you've done so far to protect the interests of the people and the investors.
Let me just add, Mr. Chairman, as your role as DG
That's all.
is to create principle of cooperation between you and the communication company, and they are talking about sensitization. So you need to explain to this house exactly what you told them and how they conducted themselves in doing that.
Yes.
Good afternoon, honorable members and distinguished guests. I want to thank you for the opportunity to come back here and address this noble body about this one BPS issue. If I could just go back a little bit, a few months ago, the operators decided to, they've been talking to them about this for a while. I'm like, no, we cannot go into this right now. We wanted to make changes to the promotions. I said, no, we cannot go to that. So at some point, we decided to do it without telling me, right? So they did, and as soon as I heard about it, I remember I was in a meeting, I was getting calls and text messages, so I called them, I said, come back here, come and talk to me what's happening. And they said, oh, we did this, and you cannot. I said, you cannot, you have to go, you have to reverse it. And the reason why I bring that up is because as a regulator, as the head of NATCA, my job and the mandate that was given to me by this parliament is not just to look out for consumers, also look out for the government and also look out for the people of this country, I mean for the investors. I cannot, my mandate, which is in my act, will not allow me to just say, okay, I'm only going to be looking at what the consumers want. Because that's all my mandate. I have an act, that's what I go by, all the time. These, my MNOs know me that I'm very strict when it comes to looking at what the law says, because that's what I have to go by. So when they came back, when they did that, I said, no, go back and change it. I cannot allow you to do that because you have not followed due process. Now, some people here may not know what the difference is between tariff increase and a promotion. But there's a big difference. It's already stated in the act. And if you are a CSO or you claim to be representing the public and you don't know what the difference is, then that's not my fault. But the tariff increase is something that we do. It's very serious. When we get to that point, we involve CSOs. We talk to the public. We have engagement. We have public engagement. We talk about it before it happens. It goes in the papers and everything. This was not, I repeat, this was not a tariff increase. This was the operators coming to me and saying, DG, we're struggling. We're struggling. And we need to remove this because it doesn't match up and it's causing a lot of congestion. Now, when there's congestion on the network, it affects everything you do. Even when you make phone calls, WhatsApp phone calls when you draft, it's easy for consumers to just say when the phone drafts, when the phone call drafts, they go, oh, not the network. But I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, honorables, that from the time you pick up the phone to make a phone call to the time it gets to the other person, there are lots of things in between that cause that call to go through. It's not just the network.
Okay.
It could be your phone as well. I'm not making excuses. I'm just trying to explain because we're here, people to know,
Yes.
right? It could be the network. Now, my job is to ensure that quality of service is good, but there's also called quality of experience, which has to do with the type of phones or the type of watch you have, right? Sierra Leone has a lot of iPhones. Now, we don't know where people get those from. You can see someone who's selling peanuts on the streets with an iPhone. Now, a real iPhone, a good iPhone, is about $900 to $1,000. You know, so when these devices that carry the signals from one point to another, when they've been built, the equipment that is being put there was tested with the legitimate or the authentic phones. So now, if you have a different phone that has parts in it that are not really tested with that equipment, it causes issues as well. So for me as a regulator, I am able to work on quality of service, but the quality of experience is an entirely different thing. So all those things come into play when you talk about now the network, because that's easy for people to say. So when they came to me, I said, okay, now you've done it the wrong way. Go back. When you really want to do it, let us sit down and talk, because at that point I had on the hat of the consumers. Because at any one point I wear different hats. And decisions that I make may not be popular, but for me it has to do with the sector, not just one group of people. So I said, come back, and they came back. For about 2 months we went back and forth. The operators, my engineers, and myself, looking at different. I'm like, if you're going to take this away, you have to give back something to the people. I'm a consumer as well. I'm a Sierra Leonean. There is no way in the world I can guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm going to make decisions against the people of this country. There's just no way. But I have to make decisions to also protect the investors as well.
Yeah,
Because we need them here.
It's your responsibility.
Right? So it's unfortunate that we have people going around and making people feel like the decisions that have been made should be just consumer based. My mandate, the book that I go by, tells me that I have to make sure that there's equity. I have to create this enabling environment so that operators are able to work, consumers are able to benefit, and also the government on the policy side is satisfied. So I want you to understand that, ladies and gentlemen, when I make decisions, when NAFTA makes decisions, when my director, I ask my legal guy, for example, say, give me advice on this. He will give me advice on the legal side of this. And I will tell him, and he'll say, this is what I want you to do. This is what I advise you to do. I'm like, you're looking at it from the legal perspective only. You don't know what I'm seeing. You don't know where I'm coming from. I have to make sure that I look at it from all perspectives and make a decision. So they came to me, we went back and forth, and we decided this was the best one we had at that point. And then we implemented it. So everything that was done by the book. This is not a tariff increase. This was a promotion that was removed.
Thank you very much, DG. I will ask you my own questions. My colleagues will come in afterwards. DG, thank you for that presentation. And it's good that you made it very clear that you did everything through the powers given to you by this parliament. Because that's one way to exonerate parliament. We did not do anything against the law when you came here. You were told to implement the law to its best. No bias. And you've said that you did that duly. But let me ask you, DG, Do you have regulations on promotions? How promotions can be done, how they can take up the promotions, like the durations. Do you have regulations on this? Sorry?
That's in our act, yeah, we have those.
You have those regulations. You have regulations on promotions.
We have that, everything is documented.
It's documented in one. Okay. Yes. Did you take oath?
Yes, I did.
Answer me that
Yeah,
question.
we have the guidelines on the promotion.
On promotion. What are the parameters of the guidelines?
Promotions normally should not be.
Take the mic, my brother. This is public clarity. Come, my brother. Come in front. Okay. Yes.
Based on the guidelines, when an operator asks for a promotional activity, the promotional activity should not be infinite. It should be finite, meaning it should have a start date and end date. That's one condition. And then once the end date ends, then the operator should revert to the normal position. And also the fees that are stated should be out to the public. The public should know that we are doing this promotion, the cost of the promotion is this cost. So these are the basic rudiments of the guidelines.
Thank you very much. We've got that. Honorable members. Is that understood? Okay, Deji. I'm still coming to you. Deji. I suppose we do not have regulations on public engagements. But if we do have, that's fine. Let's try as best as possible to implement. But if we do not have, let's find ways to bring up those regulations, which means the mode of communications to the public in terms of promotions, increments, all sorts of, because it helps you again to tell them, let's do A and B, C. Nobody will come and tell you that I engage 5 radio stations, you don't have evidence of it. Even though I know you tell them to go and do the needful, but they should come back to you because they will work now within the time, within the laws. If you have regulations in the statutory instrument that gives you the power to either fine or otherwise. So that's one, let's see how we can bring that one again to help us all to identify these issues. These are issues that can be done in every area, but we can fix it when we have laws. So if we do not have it, let's bring it. And we can enact it here, and you tell them that this is the scope. If you do not sensitize people or engage people, you'll be fine. For us, we want you to find them if they go against the law. But if they do not go against the law, if they did everything within the law, we'll find them. Thank you very much, DG. Honorable members, let's be duly patient with them. After we give 2 minutes or 3 minutes to the ministry representative to tell us what you have to tell us what you are going to do.
Thank you very much, honorable members, for giving us the opportunity to be part of this very constructive engagement on an issue that touches every one of us, because we are all consumers of services. The ministry, as the one that provides policy oversight for the sector, is very much seized of the fact that reliable and affordable services is critical, whether it's for education, whether it's for financial transactions, whether it's for daily social interaction to connect with families, friends, etc., etc. So we very much take cognizance of that. We are also aware that, like the honorable member, the honorable chair of the committee alluded, that an act was passed by this honorable house to guide the sector. So the sector works within that framework, and the role of that act is to balance between sustainability and consumer protection. And that's, I think, the DG has clearly stated that. While the ministry actually does not set tariffs, but we work with NATCA to ensure that operators remain transparent in pricing, and any adjustments and changes are justified and aligned with economic realities. So to support that, through the World Bank project, we have conducted what we refer to as a market and tariff study. Now, why did we do that? You know, one sector that has really done well in this country is the oil marketing sector. There was a time in this country we would just wake up and we hear prices has gone up and everybody will be haywire. But they've worked in a way that we the consumers now predict for the sector because there are certain things we look at. So we've learned from them. So the ministry through the World Bank, we've done a cost and tariff market study to actually understand what are the cost elements and what are the cost structures that actually inform the operators setting up tariffs. So currently, what we are now working on is to really look at now how do we set up a tariff structure in such a way that even the consumers will understand that if ABC moves, then this will happen. If ABC do not move, then this will not happen. So that's something that we are working on. But more importantly also, especially around quality of service, we have also through the World Bank investing now through NATCA to actually get them real network monitoring equipment. And what that means is that with those equipment, NATCA will become more robust in actually now pinpointing, lapses in terms of quality of service, but more importantly also in terms of efficient use of the resources that are assigned to operators. So we are doing that. But I agree with the honorable member. I think we have to increase on our consumer education. So a lot of this, we are in this situation because really, I think people do not understand the service offerings that happen. So first of all, tariffs are just innovative market approach by the service provider. Like you hear, he started it and he followed. These are a way of just attracting us the consumers to actually pick up their services. And once they know that we have latched up to the service, they will drop it. And these ones, all over the world, they are not regulated. They are allowed to do them as an innovative way of one, attracting customers, but also promoting services. If you go to Ghana and other places, they have what they call a light touch approach. Like my brother was explaining, inform us, the regulator, but you are allowed to do this kind of things. In fact, in the EU, you don't even need to inform the operator, just do your promotion, but guided by the price norms. And that's very important. And that's something that I was emphasizing, that if you are doing your promotion, you have to work within the price ceilings. And I think in all of this, if we have checked, like the CEO officer was doing, if we check, they've actually been within the price norms. All the price that they set has been within that. So to conclude, honorable members, is that one, we remain committed to work with all the stakeholders, including this committee, to ensure that we come up with a viable solutions to some of these things, so that one, we balance market sustainability, as well as also we ensure that our people get, affordable services, which is what we are promoting. And one critical last point I will point out, to show that government is really committed to making prices affordable. We are currently working with the operators to actually land a second submarine cable. Why are we bringing the second submarine cable for a small country like ours? Because we believe that currently in the wholesale market, because there is one player, there's all possibility for price rigidity. So we believe that if we work with them to land a second submarine cable, we are now also opening up that aspect of the industry, so that it will directly influence market prices, and this will trickle down to actual consumer pricing. So 4 of them has opted to work with government, and they are taking the lead. About 70% of that investment will be coming from the private sector. Government through the World Bank will only contribute 30% to that investment. Works are advanced. We are working with sub-regional countries to show that we land the second submarine cable. So I'll stop here, and I think we remain committed to work with Parliament and other stakeholders to ensure that services are affordable for the people of this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Make sure Parliament is well informed on the second landing, because yes, please, yeah, it is very important for everyone, but let Parliament be informed accordingly. Thank you very much. Yes, the last time we had one representative from the CSO who was, I think, was it from Daniel Pewa? Is he here? Pewa, is he here? Okay, so it represents Native Consortium. Okay, so today we have another CSO consortium that has to do with accountability, right? You have the floor. Just for us to have the balance. The last time we have somebody from the native consortium, today we're going to have another CSO from another consortium. So let's have that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes,
thank you very much for a change. I ask the permission of honorable members so I can stand.
No, sit down.
Okay, see. Thank you very much. Firstly, let me commend members of parliament. I want to reiterate to this honorable house that firstly,
you'll be reminded that you have only 3 minutes.
Yes, that firstly, the people of Sierra Leone have confidence and respect for this honorable house. Let me just reiterate that.
Thank you very much.
Also, let me just reiterate that as CSO, what we do in this sector is to provide public education. We have worked with NACTOM until it was transformed to NATRA. Since the days of Momo Conte, we have worked with this institution. Let me also recognize the chairperson for this consortium, who is Mr. Saul Amin. Also recognize Sonia and other CSO colleagues who are with us here. After they had the engagement here in Parliament, we met with NATRA, the DG is here and I'm under oath, and we asked a series of questions. Say, A, is this a tariff system or a promotion? Because NATRA have the capacity to understand what these NMO are doing. And the DG stated clearly to us that it is a promotion. The second question we asked, had there been any increments in terms of price? The DG here is stated no. So what you understood from that point, it's redesigning of their business model. And this is the fact I want to give. And as Parliament, I also asked the permission to use SO2 because our people are watching us Facebook Live so they understand. It's not only about the elites, because people who are illiterate, sorry to say, they have phones. They need to understand what we are saying here. Now, me people them. This promotion. Okay, sorry. Permission, Mr. Thank you very much. I say this because we said they work with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, and also they communicate to people they now in language that they understand, so they will make the best decision understand. The people them I want to understand. See, firstly, the NMOs them they can do business. Parliament get the responsibility for protecting the people them. They get the responsibility back for protect the business people there. Because if you look both Orange, you look Africell, you look QCell, 90% of the people the way they work there, now we own people them. Now salon people them. And the multiplier effect of them people the way they work there, they're going to pay you school fee, pay you OCN for help you. So economic growth, they go all sides. That's one. Number two, let's go straight to waiting happen. The 60 Mbps we get for 1 week. In terms of Orange and Africell, now only 3% of the people they already have the database with the user. That 3% with the user, they occupy 60% of the network. When we say they congest. For instance, they say we can salon in the pool. When one person use the 60 the 1 Mbps, the hotspots A, the hotspots B, the hotspots C, the hotspots D. Yes. And when that one day they happen, for instance, we dey find out say within a week, one person they consume 25 gigabytes. We have 500 news. That means say if you look the business model or you will do accounting, it means say they lost 460 million, and that is not sustainable. To for understand, when they want for change tariff, then they work according to section 116 of the NATRA Act. That they call for a lot of engagement. But this na a promotion. Promotion means say I can give you today, I go against NATRA, so they take them back tomorrow, and they take them. But the lesson where we learn, Orange will they communicate to max it because we self depend the cola. But Honorable Mary talk one very important thing. Salomon message they can, they look at what they look, now we balance one yes. Two lastly, we got to understand how they use the phone them. People that they sleep, that they left the internet on. All them group the way they do they give notification. That's how they got. The quality of phone also na another thing. You no go get a fake phone, you wan forget a quality of service in terms of the internet. So one for appeal to the public, don't listen to misinformation.
Hello, hold on. Let me do that. You know why?
Fake phone?
Yeah,
okay.
No.
Okay, let me withdraw say fake phone. Substandard. Thank you very much, Honorable.
Mr. Chairman.
Substandard phone.
Wait. Mr. Chairman, I ask that those who are taking us live move the camera to show the person who is speaking. I am watching live and you're only getting the voice and you're not seeing the face.
Okay.
So I'm asking you to take the camera so they're not to say everything. So you're not saying the MPs and tell us
So thank you very much. Well, in CSO, we can communicate language. Alfonso Manley. So I will take the correction from the Honorable. Substandard phone, but this is the reality. You know, we understand the network well because we always they get dialogue with Natia. They go tell you say even if they use iPhone or Samsung, but if na substandard phone, not expect for the quality of service where the original phone they get. That's just the reality. That's just the reality. So I want for let people they don't say the engagement to parliament we say not be better. We self-engage the media with Orange, with Africell. We talk to the people there. We get all the evidences today of the radio, television program will engage for 10 people and say, no to increments and the business model they design, and now maybe they cause congestion at the network. But moving forward, we get one or two suggestions for me. As the honorable member say, forget a guide for communicate to the happy. We believe say that they're very important. The mark sheet to everybody they read from they will understand. But forget the way they communicate to people, they use various models. Even for take loudspeaker, go to them public place like a market, lorry park, for communicate several to and pick it when they go school, and now they go find moving forward. So they look forward to them guidelines today. And one for thank member of parliament, and lastly for say, yes, the DG and NATCOM and the team they work with me. Mr. Ben Foley, whenever they get program, we don't be the CSO, we always work with them. And the last consumer parliament will be the forefront for organizing them now. And I also suggest not too long from now, they'll get consumer parliament, we will discuss it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's a brilliant one. With the one it has to do with consumer parliament. We have to look at DG. We have to actually look at consumer parliament because it gives the people the free hands to talk. When we have those, because I can remember the one we have in bold. People have their say. They have to say what they think about the network, about how they feel. These are all things I would say. Honorable members, yes, let me start with one of them. I have to do with honorable members before coming to the public. As a matter of fact, Edmond, you have representative before here, so we can't take two CSOs at the same time. I'm coming, hold on, I'm coming. Let me allow the members to talk first.
No, we come later on concerns and questions after members of parliament. We go Thank you.
Order, please. Order, let's have one meeting from the back, please. Let's have one meeting from the back, please. Order, please.
Can I observe? Can I have a mic? So, given the magazine as a parliament, we're dealing with one of the most delicate situations in the history of our time in this parliament. It is a time where we are moved to take an action on behalf of the people of this nation. We went to the point of making a pronouncement and other backdoor engagements were done. I am sure, I am certain that if we listen more and we talk less, it will save our necks from the public, it will also help us to have a very balanced idea of what the problem is. I agree with you that we had somebody from Native Consortium the last time, but what we addressed in the last issue was yes, no, it's not just tariff increment. We addressed that issue. An appeal came. We had to call for this meeting. If they were the people who were here to make a presentation, giving them that 3 minutes as you give it to the other CSO, and allowing all of us here to respond and listen, will not deviate from the original idea of listening to the people. The essence of this engagement by Parliament is to listen to the people, allow the technical people to explain to the people as we speak. This is the only sitting I have seen with on live, and we have over 34,000 people following us live. Yes. So this is a make or break situation, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable, I take notes on that one. It's let me just make this very clear. We still have the same concerns with the same CSO that we're here. That we only allowed one particular representative to talk on behalf of themselves, not all of the CSOs. On the previous meeting, let me come. So which means Native Consortium was the one that represented, and that concern came from other CSOs that will only allow Native Consortium to represent themselves, not all of them. So we gave the same platform that Native Consortium has been represented once. Let's have another consortium to represent and say something for and behalf of the consortium. So let me get
you clear for the purpose of the records. It was agreed amongst the CSO that are here that one person speaks on their behalf, or was it a choice of us as members of Parliament to choose one?
We invited the CSOs to come.
And they choose one.
And let me come. And when we came, and they came the last time, one person came on behalf of the CSOs.
They agreed.
They went like just for example, let's have representatives from the CSOs. One person came.
Okay.
Like we came this morning, let's have representatives from the CSOs. I only have to know that Edward Abu, who is there, sent somebody to represent him on the previous meeting.
So let's have it this way. Even our banter in exchanging this has taken more than 3 minutes. Let's give him 3 minutes. Right?
No, let me hold on, Chairman. Let's have.
Let me say this. A good like boil water, outside the mama sidon. That we boil am outside and picking. If you allow him to speak here, we have all the experts. All our concerns might be addressed here. But if you don't allow him to speak here, and he goes to speak where you are not, let it be on record that us members of Parliament here, we are not the ones who increase the price. We are not the regulators.
He has rejected Parliament.
It was done out of Parliament. Let us give him the platform. Maybe
because of that, he has to withdraw certain words that was said against.
Give him the opportunity.
I will give him that opportunity also to withdraw some of these words that was said against Parliament. And now,
again, let me say this. He acted, he was not in country, according to his conversation.
Honorable Chairman, Honorable Leader, can we hold on this? Let me have, because it seems as if, let's understand please, this is Parliament. Let us don't talk for CSOs, let us don't talk for journalists. Please. And then, as a matter of fact, I'm the chairman chairing this meeting.
Mr. Chairman, continue.
Thank you very much. Yes, I recognize Honorable.
Thank you very much. I want to the appeal the CSO man made for the listening body.
Can you have one meeting, please? If you are not here for a meeting, please go out. Let's have decorum, please.
Mr. Mani, I want to tell you thank you for you
presentation, and I don't know if in this case, well, you play the role where you feel say you play, but as you in this case will be taking more brief for the mobile companies.
Right.
Well,
That's
thank
why
you
we
so
need
much.
another.
But again, you really the presentation. I'm sure some people don't go understand them better. Yeah. But you role as civil society, sometimes let go be balance. In a situation like where the chairman they say this, no, you know, for the too much one-sided way they talk for the people. Where you did for the people, you did for the like where you did for the operators, yeah, they again for the people. Because when we do something I own civil society, wait till the same or three, look at the wrong. Parliament. No, we don't say we don't do wrong, anything we do in the interest of the people. But if for any reason that the parliament raised something about welfare or whatever, oh, it will take 1 month, like this in the media. So in this situation, I just want to draw your attention, but I want to tell you thank you for eloquently discussing the issues. DG, I want to tell you thank you. Of course, now you are the regulator. All this what they do will give you the powers. We don't parliament, they don't give the powers for man the affairs for regulate the MNOs there. All the other people that will provide services, especially in internet service in this country. If you don't confirm them, yes, okay, we all don't see the people in presentation, we don't listen to them keenly. Now I don't understand the people that say this is their property, their business. You understand? The only concern again we will get, or question I will ask in the last, I think 2 weeks since they pulled the promotion, or in the past 2 weeks, which progress they don't make in the quality of service. You understand? We agree. Law agrees, law accepts, say yes indeed, they don't pull them. Now the property will not go fetch them for that day because not to them the tariff, the actual tariff there is up. Law accepts for argument's sake. But I go want to let Mr. Chairman, let them tell you which progress, or let DG or in technical engineer tell you which progress they don't make so far. Because as I sit here, I can tell you, say we still the struggle with the network. Mr. Mani, where you in all the statements, you don't tell me that one day. We really need to know the progress one I don't make so far. Thank you.
Take note, please, on those questions here.
Thank you very much, Honorable. I'm not going to ask a question. I'm going to make a brief statement. Having carefully listened to all the presenters, the facts are there for. Okay, SO2. Okay. From all the presenters, they don't lay the facts clear, except one try not to understand. But also, first of all, one encourage you all my. We want the best of the people, but at the same, want the best for people. But at the same time, let we learn for educate to people on things that we do not understand. When you get a communication gap or you get misinformation, what in that it lead? Misinterpretation, misunderstanding, it lead to potential chaos. And here, Sierra Leone, we good for promote the wrong things. Until we tell ourselves the inconvenient truth, any issue will approach, they approach and wrongly. And now, maybe what's missing in the presentation, first of all, maybe from all the MNOs, maybe Mr. Shadi bring and come briefly. Hey, that 1 Mbps, it will continue for promote poverty. Even ITU. So can say that in a basic one. Let me give people this data education. That 1 Mbps maybe now for emails, empty emails and some other things there. But most of the people they buy that 1 Mbps now for gossip and TikTok. That for download where they call videos there. The last time we won't understand where they try for say you buy a Ferrari or maybe you buy something you expect the speed of a Ferrari. Okay, so this you don't buy 1 Mbps and say you want to download a video of where they call. It's impossible. Let me tell you people in this true. So we get for reaching out a point how we go make this thing affordable with the required speed. For say we still get quality issues, yes, we get them. For say it will solve overnight, no. As MPs then, we'll get the right for the monitor, the regulator, and how we will try to improve this one. But it's like we've not been honest here. I blame the MNOs there because this was a simple explanation the last time. Again, I talk and say, I don't want to do when I'm talking. But we all know saying that this country, anytime we will be the get, even the free calls them. It be impossible for law to make them calls them. They be the jam. It's a plain fact. We experience that. So again, we're faced with this particular. There's congestion in the bandwidth. It's clear. Both MNOs, the rear quorum. They don't take measures there for reduce that. Yes, someone don't establish certain stations. They're moving towards that. So what we get for do? Let me urge them for redouble their efforts. So, Mr. Chairman, I think what you for arrive at today, make them improve the quality of service. That is not a one-time thing, an ongoing thing. And if I find an open secret, the more people then get access to telephones and maybe more access to substandard phones, we get for the getting complete here. So from time to time, we get for improve quality service. What we don't clearly establish now so today, say we not increase tariff from the MNOs their own side. They don't increase tariff, they remove, you understand? They remove a promotional bundle. So what would they say back again today, Naya? We get for guide them. In as much as una communicate within the medium of outside, most of the people they will use them. But for the one they were outside that medium, they want to get for hotel lights up, what they get for hotel and make themselves not say, oh, I'll be area. So let me improve communication around the promotion of bundles. Mr. Chairman, if we reach there, I will go on and on and on. But let we learn. Then the other thing I just want to say, last but not the least, it's unfortunate. Honorable colleague make a point now. Yes, honorable colleague make a point now. For let we include somebody, there is provision for that under concerns. But again, now for work there is something outside. It's unfortunate that the posture they make the plea for, he decide for walk away. Parliament no deny him, the session no ended. He will have been given the opportunity to say something, but he decided to walk away. We can be very clear on that. Sometimes they can level indict Parliament, and I will tell you all over the place, equipment and call Parliament in name by the wrong things, and we self know they ask. Sometimes the most difficult things for being in this country now for being a politician. Because the good, the bad, and the ugly, and MP, the good, the bad, and the ugly, they fit with you. But we are also humans, we make mistakes, but we get conscience for serve. And I believe, say, the hit they take from the public, some of them way there on the other side, we know that we don't even pull close. But we sign for that, and we self need on our support for make we continue for sensitize the public on issues that they don't understand, for make them understand that we will continue for provide the best quality for them. Thank you very much.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Let's go this way and we come and conclude. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Let's do it 2 minutes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I want to go to SO2 as the civil society there.
We have invoked SO2 already, so the people understand. Those are looking online, understand, please.
Go on with SO2.
Thank you. So we first of all want for say this to the CSOs then. For make somebody get concerned for make, and the parliament get the rights, we say parliament will get ability to serve. So parliament they decide get right whether for talk and whether not for talk, we get our powers there. So you know they can for kind of stay for talk matter of most. And when parliament decide what they want for do, from an MP they talk first and you walk away. The reason why people they talk this before camera for no people to understand that because now waiting and never talk about MP then this about parliament this look at the end if anybody follow social media, this very person in question, if we see or read waiting in right about parliament. Okay, fair enough. So please we want for me to select people in getting information then they for say please parliament to get right for the to serve, the chairman get right for you that he want for the talk now as he mentioned. In as much as we there for represent to people them, we also want to make sure say we investors and they are for stay and then they are for make profit. Because then investors there will we get when they do this business, especially them network provider they are. You know, then they add to the growth of the economy. Orange alone, last year,
then contributed about 781 million new loans, according to the records. So we go. I'm coming. So please, we want for we people that also understand, say, their network provider who they deal with, so they also they also get an obligation to people there. But please, in the same thing, even me constituency where I come out, somebody just text me say for the past 5 days they don't get network na Kukuna, Gambia district, they don't get network there. So in as much as we talk all of this, we also want for appeal to the MNOs then. The service delivery, the quality of service, oriented to be specific. The text we say for the past 5 days now, Orange no get network na Kukuna, Gambia district. So please, on behalf of my people in Gambia, Kukuna this to be specific, please, when I consider the network, quality of network in that part of the country,
Thank you very much.
please. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I am Honorable Anfola. The question I have,
Honorable Anfola, please give me 1 minute. Please, Honorable, please, colleagues, also the media, let's be attentive. You know what you want? When I ask media on care for big information and go talk about it. I know I'm able to see that later people call me say how the meeting will come on Naka for interview. You get every reason for listening with a live. But make sure so you pick up things and wait for good discourse that the media has. So please don't listen who they ask questions and ask how they answer the questions. Please. But if you talk on another get them clear. Please. Thank you.
yes, sir. So during the CEO's presentation for yeah, so the CEO made mention of the fact. Okay, so during the time where Orange CEO they present, they talk about congestion and then they buy data from the other service providers. So I want to know if with the DG of NATCA, if there is any background engagement between the mobile operators and the Zulab where they provide the internet, because this is all about cost. So they don't get the internet service to themselves. So if there are any possibilities of engaging those service providers so that they can also have affordable internet service to the mobile operator and then to the customers. So that is one question. And then the second question goes to the DG. According to your presentation, you said we have so plenty of iPhones, but from the CSO, he is telling us that a lot of fake phones in the country. So I actually want to know. Okay.
No, na the CSO na him withdraw. Also DGO.
Thank you very much.
CSO na him withdraw.
Yes, me they represent the people there. We know they understand most of the jargon they want to use that today. We think they understand. They buy their phone. They enjoy quality service, and that. Now the beginning of the challenges there, whether living as they will get to be very mindful of. I want let the communication houses they don't say the quality of the service will make we enjoy comfort. Similarly, so the quality of the service will bring riot in the country. Now so we give this much amount. Now when I talk of quality of food, the quality of food now they not fit on again on quality food. The people that already village better get them on cool food. But if they buy 5,000 worth of credit, may they able to talk to each other efficiently, effectively. And that's not the problem. So I also pour that We don't want to take that communication houses to court because we all don't suffer that they have. But for the truth to be told, they want grab customer there. They make slow effort for enhance the capacity for serve the customer they well. I don't travel across with Orange. We have agitated with Orange people will not get network. And even this unhealthy promotion with the neighbor. I mean, this promotion for me, not a promotion, now compensation for the time them, oh, they buy credit, when they call, and they have obtained money done. You know, hearing that? All that here, nobody not charge them. The citizen, they don't grumble. And they're not the under duress for current promotion. If you don't take this promotion, work out with her, and they cause congestion, then the people they suffer, no counter. No counter. But when I present out promotion, all right, they prepare. They say don't buy the promotion. There will people that suffer. Why for suffer for money they pay? Why for suffer? Let me tell them people that say, you don't go put 50% inside small cubicle. They don't go breathe fine. Crisis go there. Let's go common day. If they want to get more customer, let them prioritize enhancing the capacity. All the language people that are hearing, megabyte, iPhone, it don't matter to me. Now for I pay me money, I will talk to the mama. But this is not the problem. In as much as a representative of the people, and also for protect investors there, and therefore tell investors the truth.
Thank you very much.
Now don't breach the contract. Yeah?
Thank you very much.
Contract. We'll pay money, no,
yes, thank you very much.
Exactly. No, this is
honorable members, I pick on.
Well, I have the mic here.
The mic is here.
Mr. Chairman, giving me this opportunity.
Protect you, mommy.
Mr. DG, I want to.
Hey man, I saw
No, I'm addressing.
No, it's
Now you people in the address now. Then they want you.
So,
Mr. DG,
You go what? You go message.
I want that you take into consideration about lack of education between tariff and promotion. Therefore, take that into consideration. Now, one of the lapses this way make we land this whole. Two, you don't take an answer. Two, you therefore protect the investors, but in as much as we therefore protect the investors, the people in interest, they can force to be. But if they get proper education, they well schooled on how promotion and tariff they run, you find out say, be the members of parliament, be the leaders there, the people are not going to be culpable. Then the other thing where I want for you emphasize on now, that these guidelines on regulations of promotion. I really want that you put to it, that you develop like the guidelines already not enough. So you therefore set a quality standards on that. So now my own contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. DG, I believe it's an opportunity given to us to disseminate the message. We represent the people, especially the people of Waterloo. The people has been disadvantaged for far too long. Especially, when you talk about service, you get the successful one, you get the failure. But we believe they need the money because I will not take me better, I want talk. It not go through. But after we then the quarter, nothing comes out of it. Nobody take it to court. The customer, the subscribers, and get them pinned in there. They don't disadvantage them for far too long. And when our decisions, most of the company there, when are independent in our facility and our duties. And anything you want to do, now under a confederation, you get the right for look within and make reversal. Reversal not for be an issue. Make a promotion. When you reverse something, do something where will make the people that happy more cheaper. But you don't go reverse something, then it more escalates the tension for the people there. Now then they ask question, what are we doing for them? So today is a big opportunity that every network is impartial, independent, and getting independent facility. It's just not like when you go buy petrol, 1 liter, tell you, some liter and the way they flop, some not they flop. Now half and half. So it depends how you do your activities to customers, to subscribers. But there's a lot of advantage being taken to from the people, especially when they're not getting successful communication. Nothing comes out of that. They solve about then subscribe. So we need to make an improvement. Let we modernize and do something where the people will be happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, I recognize Honorable.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And of course, all the explanation we both Africell and Orange don't make. One thing we clear now that yes, I'm not saying the one for make profits. But over the years, we have accept one reality, see, people don't go through so much losses from both Africell and Orange. With sufferness of network, you want for download one great thing. Even me, when they buy normal, probably for download a single video, probably sometimes it can take 5 hours. So it's not about 61 Mbps or 2 Mbps, not all that one day. People in suffer really. You know, then just they say how the losses and what of the people? It's not about the people and the issue say they put this one Mbps. It only come up after Parliament give instruction say for the put them back into the system. Now the only time the public come for our way say now in fact they put the entire system. I don't believe that discussion ever did. They don't get that discussion. Yeah, I understand DG say yes, they don't engage. But trust me, I doubt that one they say we don't get that engagement thing. Because for them to remove that particular promotion, it only come about as a discussion after parliamentary instruction, say for them to reinstate the facility again. Now they tell them, now the only tell this, and the only press release that they want to see from these mobile operators, the only press release we don't see now for say when they pull this facility. I should say they made that decision because they choose say they not go ahead with the instruction of Parliament.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Chairman. And from the discussions that we not in this year, I mean, for me, Orange Africell telling we say, I mean, because of congestion, they actually pull out 1 Mbps. For me, I think say, all water. Because one thing we're very clear, before you run a promotion, first of all, the technical team therefore check the system for know if this promotion, if it's 60% of your base or 70% take up this offer, waiting will be the traffic, waiting will be the issues. Yeah? Now that technical report, the first one you get for look at. You also get your business case. You get for also look at how much revenue this will generate for me. You understand? After that one, it will give you the actual picture or make you say, okay, let me go ahead and run this promotion. Yeah, but what tells me say just because of 60% of the subscribers have take up that offer, increase the congestion then. So it means all this while when they tell me say that they upgrade the network oh, we don't have the sites there, we don't do this, not to be true. Yeah? Because for me, I believe, say, for let you run a you don't do all the necessary checks. And for me, I think, say, the issues that we basically, they here basically now, how them go waiting, because they notice, say, revenues are low from the one Mbps based on what they expect. Now, it make them think, say, important for them again. So the best they will do, let me just remove them because they want to promote more people for let them go to the 2 Mbps. Yeah, it's a strategy. Then also, network congestion is also another one. We all know, say, before even a promotion they come in existence, trust me, them 2 network here, they will already don't be congested. They will don't get issues. Yeah, we all know they get cross calls. I mean, at times you call somebody, they say, there were all be the problems. They made it before they bring in this promotion. So for me, for say that because of them this promotion, I think congest the network and not buy that very idea there. Then also the other issue, basically, as I say, the operators they want to move the subscribers and we don't count the 1 Mbps. They want to move some of them for let them go to the 2. But people they don't get the revenue, they don't get money. So because you don't get money, they go to the 2. So they hang on to the 1. So for me, what I would expect for let them encourage more people for go to the 2. Therefore, don't reduce that 100,000. At least the 1,000 down. Then they reduce also the money for the 1 Mbps. They reduce and small. So you will see say more people they go to the 2. I mean, without you even pushing them for body because of the cost. But you said I'm at 100,000. I mean, that was used to 60,000. So if you put an 80,000, it will push himself go there. But because it remain 100, then it maintain society. So I believe see that another issue. Then I mean, I just want to ask because the promotion basically not they take too long. I mean, from my experience, who I get, yeah. But this promotion now, where there's a promotion, it takes so long until when the public pick up something will happen. Now the time they say, oh, now promotion. But if it not be something where it don't make money for them, if it not be they make revenue for them, like they don't cut them on fluxes. Yeah, promotion. If you carry it and introduce them 1 month, 2 months, you don't see any better revenue. Trust me, you they go back to the drawing board and look at them, and if you know what it, you remove her. But this for the fact that you don't live for so long, it means it's been profitable to them. Just now, because they don't realize, oh, okay, wait till they expect, not to so. Because of that, now let me slash them off, no pull them. So I think that can need for begin the monitor. If somebody say like promotion, if in a 2 month promotion, then that can know. So after that 2 months, if for flag, they tell and say, hey, when I get them off. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, Lucia.
Thank you very much, Chairman. We know say Orange and Africell are business people, businesses we do. And we also know say them promotion they are not even they get on the property. But one thing we want to make clear who you are. Orange and Africell they run the business on a customer base. Without customer, they don't exist. And they also need for us say they not get too comfortable. Now because they don't get too comfortable then they just go ahead and do something without education. We didn't actually, and I feel like say that's can babysit Orange and Africell. Because if not can they babysit them, Orange go wake up one morning and say we want for this. Without they not come to the public educated. We now plan we come home. The only way they get to talk to people is through communication. And if they deprive you of that, that means I get for travel all the way go corner for no have money. I get for travel all the way go to village for now the rest they do. That means I not get proper communication. Everybody will talk about data, Mbps, this, that, but nobody will talk about the direct call. Like there are times where if you say, okay, let's not use WhatsApp call, let's make a direct call. You go down on the phone, everything just goes silent. You know they hear you on the other side, the other person they hear you. So nobody's talking about that part. The call they run, you credit a bond. But the communication just stop like that. So if when they say when they do rating or rating improve or whatever, me I'm not saying it. Me I don't see. We dey bond the top up, but the service one I say when they get that we know they see. The last time I check, one person they say quality and affordable. The other one they say making life easy. The life not easy, it's becoming hard. Because like me, I get plenty people that I subscribe for. What I want to talk to. And now the only software I get now, if I know they get them through WhatsApp call, I can make a direct call. Even the direct call self, DJ, I know they could work. I don't know for you, because I feel like saying I'm 1 million in that one. Probably the other people in the experience. I don't know, probably the other people in the experience.
And the phone you get.
Sometimes I'm in phone where I get. Yeah, because I'm more serious. You go there on the call, everything just goes silent. The card is a bone. You know they hear the person on the other side. The person say no, they hear you. Then they say call failed. They get to go back again. The same thing. So what did they happen with the network? Don't forget about the MBPS. People don't understand that one. But the direct call also. What did they go on? So it's tough. Yeah, I don't know. We're not get too comfortable. Now they want the business and the customer base, and the customer needs to satisfied.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sir. Yes, Honorable.
Many honorable Manuel content from Faraba. I believe say we will talk about communication. Faraba are the most deprived district in this country. I don't know if we try to talk and take into consideration. But one inform on TDC, the people then say 70% of our people then na Faraba, na all people to go for the get coverage. Don't start we the poll and this and Mrs. Honorable na 3 days I don't think this one to get coverage. Mongoto na the district headquarters town, we go prove it right or wrong. I did it Friday, Saturday, Sunday before they come free town. I don't get coverage. Big villages are born when a banner can fire very close to the Roma Mountain. Why want to talk to people in Africa and pass now up in the home for that will talk. But only they all over the place. DG, I will not take that into consideration. But they really suffer now for about district. I don't work out all the districts in this country, but not district no the where they face challenges in terms of communication reach Falaba. I don't go Kailau, I don't go Moyamba, I don't go Bokuside in this country, but we suffer. Even if the poll in and the tongue. Now, all people will go for Husik, for those who make communication. Last shock now. Somebody sent for me orange money. That person I make a palabati, I say the money no card. He said I don't send her. In the sender, I say last send for WhatsApp, now say send her. We know you will talk about direct call, they tell you about WhatsApp. Now when I don't reach Kabbalah, now you can see the money on my phone. That don't tell them that say yes. We pray for Leone and put more effort in the communication sector for improve Falaba district and other part of the districts in the country. If I don't talk, I don't send the message. For say me as honorable now, people to go for like a coverage.
Thank you.
Frankly speaking, tell me.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me get honorable one more then I'll get you there and conclude. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. 2 minutes.
Me own question they go to the director for Orange. He made mention during his submission, I say, the collapse bundle don't done. You don't finish the 2nd of November. And I want to challenge you, say, when I still wait person go max it, for let he buy the collapse bundle, when I accept the person, they buy the collapse bundle, but the person not they get the service. And they bite you that. Because of course, and they bite you that. On Friday, I buy the collapse bundle through Maxit, and they accept the payment. I go through the process, and now when I want for use the internet, it's not working. Honestly. Then it don't clearly state and I say from the 2nd, they don't close them. So if it don't close from the 2nd, I want to know if the one MBPS now it don't done, or now the 2 MBPS now it don't done. Now I don't close.
Thank you.
Of the 2.
Yeah, thank you. Honorable.
Thank you very much, Chairman. I know say this. We don't get most of the technical explanation, and a lot of concerns have been raised. And then me just to go back to what make we there. And then as a result of the concerns them of the people then. And then concerns them they touch me so much. And even after the meeting we hold on the 7th of November 2025, we know the tension we raise, the public outcry, we even prompt me again for get another follow-up meeting. So on that note, we also be take a decision as a parliament that decision, it go all over the country, where media houses capture that. Some of us were invited in radio discussions for explaining on that decision. Yeah, and the public up to this time not clearly understand on the ruling where we take as parliament, where we give the animals them say within 24 hours, the need for reverse back to the whole system. As we talk, the people then that's the key for understand. That's the interest of the people. This, whatever we discuss here now, is about the people then on the decision where we take as parliament. Some they get out and they perceive if the animals are not go, not abide by that decision, not comply to the decision we take as parliament. And thankfully, we get a deed here. We principally, by the act we passed now 2022, section 116 to 1188, give them the mandate for regulate. So now, we may be convinced as members of parliament on the concerns them, the challenges they will not raise, where we now shift. Two questions. Now, the pressure, based on the explanation, we will not get on the 1 BPS, make una shift to the 2 with the same cost we already be done DD. But the people there will just think and say, because 7 days, they will buy the 1 BPS, 60 leons. Now they will go for 7 days, still get the 60 leons. We, as members of parliament, based on our engagement, the conversation we don't go on, we don't understand una. But the public, to me, sitting here, are still convinced they not still understand. So I want to now convince the people out there, even though according to CEO Orange say they have done almost 32 radio discussions and television engagement, newspapers and the rest. To me, I only know say a change effected on the 4th of November 2025. Now the time no say this decision they don't take without prior knowledge of this education where una say una be don dey do. Right? So now we want for make and they ask the permission of the chairman for make una convince the public, the people the way we represent, we equally so una na una customers them where una dey serve. If you are here as a mobile operator, investors, and as a result of the millions subscribers the owner gets. Those are the people where they get us paid. Those are the people where they make when they run with activities as investors. Let's go back to convince them on this one. And tell them, Mr. Chairman, the request is they need to go back to the people here, maybe we'll use this platform, for explain to the people why they not be adhered to the 24 hours ruling what we take as parliament. Let the people get an understanding. Thank you.
Thank you very much, honorable members. And of course, thank you for your presentations. I want to ask anybody among Una that we want to ask questions, any media house, because we do this basically for getting proper balance conversation. We allow 2 minutes. But native consortium and Mabu, they around? You don't go? I want to get the platform for say something, but you don't go also? Okay, if you didn't know, call, if not, then that's fine. Yes, SMBC, right? Okay, well, okay. Now, yes, you can introduce yourself and say something.
Thank you very much.
Introduce yourself, my brother.
Patrick Salia, being a journalist.
Okay. You guys told me which media house, not only journalist, one for know which side come up from?
Media work for State Television, sir.
State Television. Okay. Your question, please.
So I start first of all from the statement by Honorable Kaloko. We last time when I've been summoned the MNOs, I asked for that 24 hours notice where you have been given. Parliament lack of Honorable that 24 hours will not be given. Parliament will never come out and say, you know, you pass that 24 hours until the day. and if I'm not mistaken, like 2 weeks or so now, or you don't pass one. So is that not contempt first of all of Parliament? That's on an issue, an ultimatum, and nobody not adhere to that one day. Secondly, me certainly, for years now, the one network I use, the issue of promotion, not promotion, and I want to agree with the female member of parliament we talk about you subscribe, you money gold and quarter, when they give you service. Me a victim of that on countless occasions, for example. I reported that, but that's not happening. But if we talk about promotions, let me go to the Maxit app. The tell what we say more or less every 30 or 39 services within our Maxit app, they're all on promotion. These are two basic questions I want to ask, more or less. Maybe lastly, with the limited number of population, say I don't know about 8 point something million people, and the one that really use internet as Salomia, so they less than half of that population. Why we continue for to get this excuse, say, because of the congestion, where other countries were highly populated and they use more internet facilities and services, they are better off than we when at just a limited number of people. Don't understand the technicalities.
Thank you very much. The reason why we get technical people in here, together with the mobile network operators and the DG, we still get technical people who respond to the technical questions. Why we do this now? Forget public outcry very clear. Everybody understand exactly the position of somebody. Yes. 2 minutes, please. 2 minutes.
Good afternoon. Me, your name is Chairman Jalo, the Doctor for the Democracy and Your question has to do with the options available for customers for African coverage. Yes, now they justify say the 1 megabytes per second internet browsing. I mean, don't congest and it's slow. When I never give people options, I please say when I'm going for increase, I mean, on the facility and the 2 megabytes per second internet browsing, and let people really decide which they want for them. But if you take the 1 Mbps and take them off the market and you force people for go use the 2 Mbps, it's like optionally for the customer.
Thank you very much. Yes, the first gentleman, and after you. Yes. You introduce yourself, please, and the media house you represent.
Yes, I do represent Country Radio in Ajusukone. Okay. I just want to ask a question or make something clear. One of the speakers of this say is about making profits, and that's make the people that decide say yes. And the business model, and then they look at. Looking at the business model, if now profits actually then they run after, if they give you 2 Mbps, then suppose for them say let the people then pay twice the usual price that they pay for the 1. But then double the Mbps and the amount and not commensurate, they're not double. So that it tells you it is not about profit sharing. And the network will then they say, then they try for improve for people and get quality service. They don't watch that before. Let the technical people explain to you what they happen.
Thank you very much. Yes, the one gentleman, I think, is the last person.
Good afternoon. My name is Suleiman
The last person, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Suleiman Jalo. I report for Unity Broadcasting Online Television. I get 2 questions. One, they go to Parliament. It will be an addendum to the first question we first colleague asked. That Parliament will make a ruling sometimes last week. And some of we will report on our media house and we even analyze the ruling or hearing of Parliament. A few hours later, we already see Parliament don't suspend their ruling. We say this put Parliament when it comes to public trust. Because you and I agree, see, not anybody they read WhatsApp messages, neither read press releases on social media. Parliament for we don't go beyond just releasing a statement from the office of the clerk, but to engage people by using various media houses. We say this put Parliament trust in the public. Now to the MNOs. when they talk about traffic congestion or another desert congestion, you and I know if the common is in a cannot zone, if there's a traffic block, you must get security officer will control traffic, either for ensure easy flow of traffic or for provide an alternative route for cannot zone. But if when they block the traffic already, when I don't pull out the suddenly for pass an alternative node, when I don't feel say this now is service to Sierra Leone, specifically Orange, because even the 2 Mbps we don't talk about, many people can testify, say, even if you buy the 2 Mbps, you will still face the same traffic congestion. Thank you.
Yes, let me have the last person. No, I only have one person more. Please. Yes, the gentleman.
Thank you very much. I am Sekou Mohamed from Civil Society Youth Progressive Network. The question we just try for say something. I believe say some of our colleagues don't talk several times within that one day. Now we Parliament give them people there 24 hours. Within that 24 hours, they refuse or abide with the law. Whether everybody understands this Parliament, now in the second body of this nation, and in the law back and in the cover every damn thing we do in this nation. Why that happened? The second question again, now based on this explanation, after even when Parliament we don't give 24 hours to them people, they will reverse back to go back to the drawing board where we are. That spokesperson was in SLBC who took it up the serious Peter indeed in SLBC TV. Then they still define for saying indeed the telecommunication they get demanded based on some certain issue and the way they go up, the need for order particular pricing. And why now at the end of the day the DG is sitting in front of this Parliament while he was defending the situation that indeed it was right? Why now today the debunk is taking place? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we don't get questions from the public, which means even the media house will represent the public as well. So it's very clear that this is a balanced situation, somebody balanced conversation. We allow the media, we allow everybody to participate, civil society, and members of parliament. Yes, we have questions posed to you, but before we go to that, let the honorable respond.
Thank you very much, Co-Chairman. Again, being honorable for the edification of the general public, the one that will watch me, being honorable and Usmada Levy, who represents both districts, and being the chairman for the Committee on Transparency and Accountability. For the concerns that we will raise specifically to Parliament, reference to the 24 hours notice. Now me, been chair that meeting today with my co-chairman, and now me been pass that ruling, the 24-hour ruling, but may we not forget say, we will pass that ruling. Again, let me make clear. Any decision when take place in a committee sitting or in a plenary, for example, all can get debates, controversial bills or debates when the opposition will go against. If the ruling bench succeed for pass that ruling, they or pass that bill, nobody no go talk say na SLPP no go pass am. It is the House of Parliament, a collective responsibility. That decision will be taken now the House, now the committee will take am, the joint committee now will take am. For the records, yeah. Let we not forget say that sitting being held on a Friday, 7th. Yes, on a Friday. I know you look at the date, but 7th. It was on a Friday. And just after that Friday, we left to go offline, and it was almost in the evening. Almost. Now, in the absence, the both committees received concerns from the MNOs. They write letter. The clerk then they, in receipt of the letter, then they forward soft copy na before. Yes, we are the people's representative. And I want to make it clear, if for any reason they're not been go through the regulator and refer to Parliament within 24 hours, giving reasons, therefore if I don't charge them for content. Yeah. But during that same day, they respond and request that please. Then they request that the decision, yes, they know they go against Parliament decision, but the issue technical. The media houses will reach out to me, Truth Media, Lamrana reach out to me, and again, few others. I tell them, say, media out of Freetown now, but I can confirm, say, Parliament they received of a request for stay of execution for that particular ruling day. And then we are the people's representative. Equally, we get responsibility back for protect them. They are investors. Yes. So when you don't get an environment where investor friendly, nobody know one come for kind of business. Fair enough. But because the request, imagine if we say, oh, we don't request to no, we not agree. The man then tell we say, if them touch her now, me and you, or me and most of them are layman them. We not to technical people, we not to engineers. They say them touch her, the whole system they mix up. Yes, we are the people representatives. I'll tell you how vulnerable the members of parliament are. If we didn't agree, say no, we not agree, we not go refer. Then they go to refer some. If the system crash in this country, yeah, then it's in a parliament. So then questions I want to ask so, we have to point fingers at we. So based on that, the colleague call me, engage other members of the committee who say, no, you know what? Yeah, that's fact. We not give them time. And the man the request they make, before this time they don't say they want to come back or can explain better. We not get time in the last week. So this week we choose a long one before they go into when they go into budget hearing proper. So if we there today, members of the public and the media, now with respect to the request where the MLOs they make, say they want to come and explain the issues and the technicality. But again, we don't see, I think that we get a lot of them package for we for can explain say they no add tariff, but now pull then promotion bond way they get. May I appeal to them now at this moment, Mr. Chairman, I'm not sure I want to make any statement again after now. Not just please. May I appeal to them, DG, please. As we sit here again, the public get tremendous trust and confidence in Parliament. Yeah. Me, they appeal say, or Parliament will still they appeal say, let them create more options. Yeah. And like that daily, you say they talk about so that 1 BPS that for that daily, that 15 deals. Do ya? Let them look into that. How then, but please calm down a little bit and create more options. Because the 1 BPS, yes, we don't pull up like that collapse on the day. But the one where they don't, at least for more officers, because we not still get that day. The one where they have 15 deals, do ya on a series how una go DG discuss with them, now una putting them for that price with for we people, do ya. They will bring them down to 12 self. 12 self, because if we say 12 by 7 or 10. Or 10, well, 10 by 7, you don't go get another 16. Okay, 17 will be. But do ya? Again, now business people, they say they don't want to contest that line. They don't give them. Let them win situation. We come halfway, let's them come halfway. Say, if they make me, I go say, if they make 12 self, fair enough. But DG, if you able to talk to them, you don't work with them directly, they will put on 10 or 8 self, no problem, sir. For people, they do ya. And then, you know, the way the other thing where one, okay, my brother Alfonso, back to you, where are the plea? Orange Africell, Freetown Auto Salon. I believe say 70% of una polls and your plan. But and not to all not to everybody they listen to the radio or the media houses in Freetown. All this una sensitization teaching with them is on Freetown, yeah. Now Freetown is done in one. They don't go to people the upline. And what's lawyer so? Now two people there, one day was alone, people that did before and said they wait for her now. The other one day lonely. We all are now upload day. So do your DG, that man need for do more. Again, you know if you need say pass you want put promotion before you engage the public sector. You don't when they deal with the general public, if you know they engage them, you always get problem. Small misunderstanding. Me, most people believe you emotion dey full we all there in the last engagement. You make that very clear because anything we get from the people they interest. Oh, so lawyers so man dey try to win at television say they go see for the camp parliament again. Now they employ we now employers them. I see president will give you job, we said that they want to give you job welcome. So do how they play to you, engage them for the good of it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chairman. Hold on, please. Let's respond from the MNOs. Do you have questions? The ask question, we're going to respond, right? Because maybe I don't ask.
No, I'm not the same thing the guy is going to. Not just Chairman be the big for something, but the way he I think he not calculate something.
So let me know. We don't put out so many. So respond to give me mic to him.
Then go respond now.
Mic to Mike again. Yeah.
Good afternoon once again, Mr. Chairman. So, can I go SO2 as well? All right, thank you. So, with many conversation when you go on, we have the right take notes for anticipate who's span the question when I go ask me, so I'll go able to respond. Because boku good points were raised, and one of the best things where, as you say, we really get for work with NATCA to work on is the guidelines of communication. I think that is a very important point we come up during this committee meeting, right? Because we need to get a guideline. So because tomorrow when something come out, we don't know if now this level thing we don't need for do newspaper. If not this, we need for do TV. If not this, we go the newspaper, for example, radio. If not this, now social media. If not this, only to the people where they go church. So at least that they go give we self a guideline for not say what we do right and what we do wrong. So in the future, when something come up, it will be simple for say, you know what, we don't do the steps that are in the guideline, so we are safe, we are clear. It's not going to make Boku back and forth. So one of the things we want to talk about, one of the gentlemen say network. We get two things now. Before, we with the parliament, we talk about the quality of network. It was dropped calls, congestions. You call somebody, you know they get answered. So these were the conversations at the time. Now we don't get a new layer of conversation, which we have to do with speed of internet, quality of internet, and that is so at least we new things are coming up. So if we talk first about the speed of internet, so there is a new quality of service act, bill, what do you call it, regulation that came into place that is 10 times harder on us than the previous quality of service regulation. Right? So if DG allow me for explain a little bit, in the previous regulation, that having the measure for we the site, the whole site. Right? For say if the site is okay, it's okay if the combination, because the site is usually made up of at least 16 different sectors, at least. And those sectors are even made of sub-cells. So in the past, if one of your cells is bad and the rest of your cells are good, then then we can say the tower has good quality. Now that kind, the new one, against our will, now something we know being glad about, they are measuring our quality of service per sector, per cell. So the parameters that we have to live up is more than 100 times than the parameters that we have. So the measurements are much more difficult. And that cannot only do them in the back end. They have a TV in their waiting room within the show, per area, per region, per how it is. One day I'm going to wait for DG and I begin snapping at the center. I say, okay, here we're doing well, here we're not doing well. So they're doing those measurements. At the same time, if you go on any of the websites, UCLA or Speed Test, then they measure all of the internet experience that our subscribers have, because when you go through the internet, all of that data is recorded somewhere, and then they check and they will tell you this area is good, this area is bad, and you can download this information, is available for the public. And we very much believe so from the information that we have seen by third parties, independent parties, not our team, that we are doing much better than other countries. One of the journalists said that the bigger networks are out there, more completed from the slick television. I say yes, at the end of the day, you can have as big as a network that you want, but the bigger network has to do with the country, the population, the number of people that are there, and you grow the network as the population grows. When we started internet 2014, around 2014, we used to consume all of Sierra Leone, right? At the time before the landing station, we were consuming something like 8 Mbps. All of Sierra Leone, through our network, was consuming 8 Mbps. Now in this room together, we're consuming more than 100 Mbps, only in this room. As the need of the subscribers grow, that's how we increase our our network to be able to handle much more traffic, right? One of the parliamentarians said that there is a business plan for any promotion that we do. Yes, every time we run a promotion, we do a business plan, we do a case study, and to see whether our networks can handle it or not. But many a times, a plan is looking into the future. It's a plan. Sometimes the plan works, sometimes the plan doesn't work. And the doesn't work can be in both directions, meaning you plan to get 100 customers, you only get 10. Or you can plan to get 100 customers on that promotion, you get 1,000. In this case, the plan didn't work, and we did get a little bit. The Honorable from Falaba spoke about Falaba not having enough. I totally agree. Falaba is one of the most difficult districts for us to operate in. Road network has been a huge challenge. It's the hilliest after, I think, Konadugu, right? But it's the road network for us to get there has been a lot. So it has been challenging and expensive for us to be there, but we continue to expand. I remember the first time we went into Falaba, it was only Falaba Hill, right? And then before we even did Mongo, and before we did Makasuma on the left, and then before we continued. But our plan is to be able to connect from Calabar all the way around to Kono, right? But through Sinkola and Sinconia, and then you have Tala there. So there is a lot of work still. We fully agree that there's a lot of work there. But over the past couple of years, right, and DG has full access to all our information. He sees our financials, he sees our traffic, he sees our costs, and he sees everything. Telecoms went through a stage where it was not, I don't want to use the word not profitable, but there was not enough for us to be able to invest. When the country went through FX devaluation, when we did remuneration, all of these things, when we did redenomination, all of these things were very difficult for us to invest more, because each site, it costs you thousands and thousands of dollars, and most of the areas, because the population is low, it doesn't even cover the cost of running the site. So it becomes very difficult to speed up this. But we have a plan for Falaba. We will continue to do this. On the sensitization, where we desensitize, we not only sensitize at least Freetown, and even the radios where we use na Freetown, the radios that way they get upline coverage. I know they're not in every village, but at least every major village, those that we chose. Because most of the radios that the one we support, the dinner with towers, na Bo, na Kenema, na Makini, so we're very well aware of their coverage, including African Radio. We get the largest coverage map across the country. We used it to sensitize. Another gentleman spoke for prices, right? I can pull for you now a study that shows Sierra Leone being one of the lowest prices for data within the region, if not within this. those of us that went to Dubai, 1 gigabyte in Dubai is $10. 1 GB in Dubai is $10.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so just for the people to understand, the analysis is huge, but we just want 2 minutes for me to respond to these questions. So no one says, please.
Thank you, Chairman, and good afternoon again. I think Shadi has talked a lot about things. I cannot come back to that. We are operating in the same environment. What I can say, for example, I have many examples, but we don't have time. If understand a lot of improvement to do, the environment of operations. I can take, for example, I don't know very well Sierra Leone, but I've got to Koinadugu, for example. You have one side that called Koinadugu. We have a problem of generator. We buy a new generator. To take the generator up to the hill, 5 days. 5 days. We don't have a choice, but it's the operation. The cost of operation is very high, and it's difficult also to understand. But quality of service is continuous improvement. I've never seen anywhere in the world that you don't have any issue of quality of service. So that's why we have, in all our departments, we have one department called Customer Experience Department. These guys, their job is to make sure the customer is satisfied. They are the ambassador of our customers. And one director is here, Alpha Budu. So why we have that? We are one of the service also that have 24/7 call center. 24/7. It's just because we care about our customer, we want to listen to them. So I have seen also the comparison between.
No, let's allow him, please. Let's ignore the other two. Just say something and we'll conclude.
Okay. So the comparison is okay, but sometimes we need also to understand how the cost structure of a telecom company is. When you have your costs in your company, that cost is shared between the customers that you have. If you go to China Mobile, they have 1 billion customers in China. The cost they have is not the same cost structure in Sierra Leone. My cost that I have to share between the customer I have. So it has to take so many things in consideration before we do the comparison between the cost that we have. And we have, by the way, they used to say when the plane arrive on time, nobody talk about it. But whenever it's late, you have newspaper about it. So we have so many planes that are on time in this country, but nobody talk about it. And when we are doing good things, it's because we have the cost, we have the money to invest. And that money is coming from the business we do. And we have to make it affordable for the customers because we care about for those customers. That's why our internet, despite all the costs we are talking about, think about our customers, and the internet we have is the most affordable in the sub-region. And I can say that, you can do your benchmark, is the most affordable over the sub-region, while sometimes our costs are more higher than everywhere in the sub-region. So if somebody, for example, in the US, is talking about internet is cheaper sometimes, my cost in the cost of that one is not the same. If somebody want to deploy fiber in the US, he doesn't have to import the fiber. Somebody is fabricating the fiber inside the town, he buy it there. So when we are talking on the public, we cannot go deep in our cost structure, but we have to build something and make it affordable for our customers. That's why sometimes in our business plan, the benefit is the profit, we take it 10 years after. 10 years after sometimes. So why we do that? It's because we know you have to invest a lot, continue to invest, make your product affordable to the customer, improve daily your quality of service, then at the end of the day, we expect having the profit we have. So this is what I can respond for now, but the rest, I think what Shadi said, we are aligned on his perception of what he's thinking because we are operating in the same environment. Thank you so much. Okay, so, sorry. What is in Maxit is all promotion? No. Everything is not promotion. So you have some things that are in Maxit that are available on the USSD. Those are not promotions. But what is promotion is this unlimited bundle that is promotion and only available on Maxit. So everything is not promotion.
This is still there.
Sorry?
This is still there.
Yes?
It's still there. You have not taken it off.
No, we have the unlimited one day, the unlimited 3 days, and the unlimited 1 week, 2 Mbps. What is removed is the 60 leons.
Just the 60.
1 Mbps, yes. The rest is there.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me hear DG.
Good afternoon again, Honorable. I want to thank you for the opportunity to come back and try and clarify some of these things. I also want to let the public know that my concern for the citizens of this country is valid. It's very well, I talk here. Okay, well, let people they understand. Say, there is no way, not in the world where operators in the country with suggestion where I know say they against the people of this country. Where I go say they know that. I mean, they say they know say they always come to know something. I say yes. I always tell them say no, we have to. So the governor will, what your honor will say, even before today, I don't engage them. Tell them say we have to look at ways to give back. Now we look at the promotions that we get right now and try to see if we can modify them and make sure the people that feel say we are listening to them. And the two don't guarantee me say they are looking at that. And beyond today, we are going to keep engaged and make sure we come up with more promotions. I don't want to say we will take away the problem, but we will at least help people that understand say the regulator and the operators, parliament and the government, they actually look out for the people of this country. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you very much, honorable members. Thank you, DG. Thank you, the First Estate and the civil society. I want to say thank you for this meeting. But before I close, join this meeting, let me just make things very clear. Make things clear to everybody. This parliament will be, and people will represent, and the vote will be. Honorable members, please, can we have a meeting so we can get now the people in vote who can hear and will represent the people in their best interest. And they serve the conscience and they serve the God. As much as I support for all get service we pay for, like I say, and we also want to protect the investors. One single person will make with them investors their way. We still get Sierra Leoneans there who need to work with these investors. We just say, one meeting, please. Can we have one meeting, please? Thank you. We get some Sierra Leoneans there where they feed from these investors. And those Sierra Leoneans there where they second families. So when we play the role as arbiter, we come halfway. We make sure say the people who they represent, the interest for being priority to we. Now this country when I sit down, and they say this to everybody when they watch me, we'll get issues with quality service with Orange. We go right around at this country, we can at this parliament, we ask the regulator, the DG, for fine Orange. They fine them also, sir, because the people will not be satisfied with their service. At the time, we go right around inside the network, they all side of the country. And that we go, we validate, say yes, they optimize, but they not inform the people. Because they not inform the people, say they optimize. Accordingly, appropriately, we ask the operator, the regulators that will find Orange, and they find them. They come back and give it time, say don't give them time for fix the issues. I'm sure say we don't get 100% right, but I think at least they don't improve because we submit the new system not get network. The CEO in CSF move at one point he said when our community. No, sir, for who know the poverty if they work because nobody get network at the time. This country will do that for the people in this country because we know say enough fall within the laws. So this one, now we make law, we don't give NATCA, we say we are going to implement the law. NATCA will rely on our judgment until we say, then people will increase tariff or don't increase tariff. NATCA said don't increase tariff. Now promotion. So we go with NATCA in judgment and we see what they say. we don't get the first meeting we get, we will not be able to understand because we'll be actually emotional to the fact that people push we and we some people push them. But when we get everything that we need for listening kindly to them and may explain to we waiting at the reason they put the one MBPS and how it will benefit the other people, everybody. But when they say to owner, we still get quality of service issues. Not to everybody able to buy 2 Mbps. Yes, we get options for going and say I get 15 euros for the rest of the day. Well, at this point in time, collectively, what is on our soul? We don't listen to the MPs then. What do we want? And for me, I go back to the regulator and come up with an option. The gentleman from 98.1 said option. When I come back with an option, we valid and important and useful, affordable for the people. As much as there's a promotion, but when I still not able to come up with a promotion for me, for the people that benefit from it. We want NATCA to take the lead on that, for me when I go sit down and come up with an option for the people then. Where everybody will for benefit from it. Affordable ones, and come back to Parliament and tell us that this would not result at and let the public know at the end of the day. But we don't want we come, we sweep out the carpet and say, yes, that promotion, yes, we agree to that promotion on Nagesa. But at the same time, we don't make them used to the promotion. Me say what's done also, and subscribe. Sometimes I left the work or I left to do something, it done. I subscribe again. If I don't get time, I buy mobile money, orange money or free money, I subscribe again. When I say I go one mobile, I use anyone. So I say this one will charge, I use me later. So we use all the platforms that we get. But what to make this meeting important for more allow the fourth estate and the civil society for say them because they said that the voice for the people. Not to everybody able for talk. Not to everybody. Some people right now they are online, they live, they even the blast parliament. But what we know we do within conscience. That's waiting people they want to follow go block, officer block orange today. They don't please one person. But then they happen. How about thousands of Sierra Leoneans where they work there, where they're employed? How about when they depend on those Sierra Leoneans where they work there? We can get the powers for lock them. How about the tax? Because NRA said they look up to them every month, every year, then they pay. And that's tax when they come for service delivery at the government, for every other government. So we also need the investors. We need them as much as they provide service for we. Waiting good for me and this committee we don't get clarity say they not increase that promotion. But that promotion they don't adjust. We need for communicate them to the people that appropriately. Then people understand. When we say the people don't understand. And they don't understand. We need yesterday I did on live coverage or live phone call. Let me concentrate in Kenya. In fact, when we explain to them what happened in the previous one, they say they talk for the mobile companies. Because they don't understand that at all. What did they understand right now in reversal? But again, we have to know what we do not take excess powers in our hand. If we don't work within the powers, we'll give NATCA, then they'll go back to go review this and come back to me and say we'll review and knock out options. Waiting key right now are options for the people that use the usage and affordability for us. Please, as much as we get access, but again, we want to emphasize on the quality of service, the network, the call drops. I want to in fact say at this moment, I want to say thank you to the DG again. We understand say the deal on the road drive test. We don't need you to identify which side network not the which side network they we will not tell DG say I network they DG go get in way for say no network not there now. It will identify the sports area, the rest sports areas then. And able for count on the hard. Then make we count regulations then for make sure say we can wait for final now. If we are not able to abide to the quality of service. We give this house, this parliament with regulations. Recently we don't pass the regulations and we don't give DG for making get powers for final and for work within the laws. So we're not sleep, we not fall hand for food, say because we support investors or we support, we want to come halfway. Then we allow now for work. We allow the people back for benefits, including with all our subscribers. All our shut down till they will get problem. But we know what that they happen. When Orange bear issues, they say they optimize. Plenty people in this country begin issues. The customer base begin issues. They drop customers. In fact, that they motivate you for local right now in this country for make sure so we find out say yes, they optimize. But by the time they can lost customers. Again, the other side ramifications. So at this point, we say we will go back. Collectively, we say we will go back. We will go review what's important, what's good for the people. Many people get something. Now Christmas they come. Then people look at how we are going to many people celebrate and say yes, did you don't do this for we and Orange and Africa don't come up with something again additional promotion. Promotion can be in any form where people will use. Please, DJ, don't get review and when I go back and come up with something options. Let me choose what you want. Please. Otherwise, honorable members, I want to say thank you to Una all and thank you to the Fourth Estate. Thank you to everybody who participated in this meeting. I want to say this meeting is still adjourned until we get back to Una and anytime we call Una, we believe so we call the public back for candidacy. Thank you very much. God bless you.
So,